Hey you guys, so it's Mariah here, and today's video is going to be a little bit different, and it's going to get a little bit like personal. I did a bit of research on some things that I had going on, because while it may look like I have a flat belly and sometimes I have abs, there's actually been a whole lot going on in this region that I've learned about that I wanted to share with you guys. And so this is really going to come in very handy for postpartum recovery, all mommies, even people that just have weak abdominals. So I don't know if you've ever noticed, but when we do a lot of ab exercises, what can happen is the abs actually grow, and that's kind of what happens with a lot of different movements that we do. Like when we move our biceps, we rip those muscles and the biceps grow. For men, that is great, but for women, we don't really actually want to get wider. We want to get smaller, and we want our muscles to pull in. And what happens during pregnancy is our abdominal walls separate so that we can accommodate that pregnancy, and then sometimes it does not actually shut. And so what happens is this line right here in the middle may have a gap. In my case, I had a 4-finger separation, so like this wide, and if I put this was separated. So I tried many things that didn't work, and eventually I actually had surgery to sew this region together, and it felt strong, and I felt strong about it, and I got my balance back. But that didn't necessarily mean that this was strong enough to do a lot of exercises. So I would find that when I did things like plank, push-ups, bicycles, mountain climbers, any of those types of things, I would actually start to swell and get really uncomfortable. So in researching this, I discovered, one, that my pelvic floor was really weak, and I would do jumping jacks or things like that, and I would pee my pants. But this isn't uncommon. If you have children, maybe you're in the same boat. I also didn't want to swell anymore in this mid area, and so I did a lot of research to help other women and moms. So if you still have a separation of the abs, this will help with that. Or if you just want to get your core strength really like into a better place, but you don't want your organs to be pushing against this abdominal wall, then these exercises are going to be for you. So format of this is going to be a little bit different because it's a shorter workout. I'm going to be putting the actual start time of the workout in the description in case you want to do this every single day to really help your body to heal. You can just fast forward past me talking. So without further ado, let's get into it. So if you want to come close to my tummy. Okay, so this one is called the vacuum. And you'll notice I'm trying to keep my stomach tight and pulled in. And what happens is with a lot of abdominal exercises is rather than pulling in, they're actually almost opening up and stretching what's already having a difficult time. So with a vacuum, what you're going to do, you're going to breathe in and out several times, some deep breaths, and this might take a little bit of practice, but on this next breath, you're going to release as much air as possible to pull inward. So I'm going to do it, and you can do it along with me. Then you can get that air back in. You're going to want to hold that. You're basically pulling all these muscles inward, and you're going to want to hold with your breath out. You're basically exhaling as much breath as you possibly can, and you're holding it, tightening those core muscles inward. It's going to feel very different than a lot of the other exercises you've ever done. So you may not be able to hold your breath for very long, or it might feel a little uncomfortable. We're gonna do this 3 times. So that was the first time. And now we're going to do 3 more. And I want you don't have to hold it the same amount of time. If you can hold your breath longer than me, then by all means do it, all right? Here we go. oxygenate, get all that oxygen into your system. How's this feeling? Whew. Okay, we're gonna do it one more time. Couple breaths. I wish I could hold my breath longer. That's what I got for right now for that. So I want you to do that every day 3 times. If you don't want to play this video, then do that every day 3 times. The next thing that we're gonna do is a hip squeeze. And it kind of goes, it's similar, where what we're trying to do is we're standing kind of hip width apart, just like this. And we're going to stand tall, and we're going to kind of squeeze. Imagine you're squeezing your hips and this whole core section right here, and you're squeezing it forward. So it's almost like not just a Kegel, but like a full midsection Kegel. You may find that your hip flexors are also tightening, your quads and your butt might be tightening as well. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this 3 times as well, and you're gonna hold it each time for at least 10 seconds. And it's almost something that it's really challenging to explain, and you may not even see anything happening, but just imagine like you have this muscle girdle that you're pulling inward. So we're gonna do that right now. There's 1. 2. 3. How does that feel? How does that make your midsection feel? At this point, you should definitely feel it, but you should not be feeling any swelling. So the exercises that we are avoiding are basically what try to pull everything apart. And what we're doing today is pulling everything together and strengthening this midline and this whole abdominal wall right here. So the next thing we're gonna do is everyone's favorites. We're gonna be doing Kegels. Obviously, I can just stand here and do them, and you won't know that I'm doing them, but I am. All right, we're gonna do 60 seconds. You ready? Here we go. It's totally okay to laugh through this. Now you all know what I'm doing. Strengthening that pelvic floor. So how many of you don't do jumping jacks or avoid trampoline jumping? It's a real thing, you guys. Nothing to be embarrassed about. This is going to help not only healing the abdominal area, but your pelvic floor as well. All of these exercises, because all of this is connected. Thanks for doing this with me, you guys.
Can I have a second cookie?
No. Kids are asking for cookies right now. Real mommy life. All right, and that 60 seconds is done. So the next thing that we're gonna be doing is side plank. I'm gonna show you some variation. Okay, variation number 1. If you are not familiar with doing side planks, or if you have a lot of ab separation, or even just your pelvic floor muscles are extremely weak at this point, this is how you are going to start. And you'll be starting on your knees like this. And you're gonna be feeling this all along the side. If this is easy for you, your next level is coming up, and you're gonna be on your elbow, your feet are gonna be up, and you can lift like this. If you are feeling like you really wanna be challenged, you're gonna wanna make sure that your shoulder is nice and stabilized. And you're gonna come up like this. And we're gonna hold for 30 seconds. Your pets might get very curious here. Great. Good job. We're gonna head over to the other side. Before I head over to the other side, I wanna talk about why I'm doing a side plank and I'm not doing a plank traditionally. So the traditional planks they're amazing. And if you have no ab separation, they are amazing for you. But if you have a weak core or any kind of an ab separation, your organs are basically pushing their way, gravity, they're pushing their way through and it might really hurt. You might get swollen. So that's why I don't recommend them for postpartum, ab separation, anything like that. So now we're gonna go to the other side. Watch your head so you don't go like that. It's okay to shake a little bit. And if you need to go back down to your elbow, you can always do that. Awesome. Okay, this next one is a push-up. And the traditional style of push-ups have you doing like a plank, which obviously we're not going to be doing. We're going to be doing girl style push-ups, but if those are still too hard, then I want you to find a wall and you're basically going to do your push-ups standing up against the wall. For today, I'm going to do them girl style right here on the ground. The dog might get into it, and we're going to do 10. All right, dude. Again, if you are feeling like this section of your body is trying to open while you're doing that, that is a clear sign that you need to start against a wall. If you're feeling like all of those previous exercises that we did have you nice and tucked in, then by all means, go ahead and do them girl style like that. This next exercise that we're going to do is the glute bridge. And this is one of my, oh my gosh, one of my favorites. So first I'm going to show you kind of the form. So you're going to lay down and you're going to dig your heels in. So you're not wanting to be coming off your toes. You're really grounding into your heels here. So first we're going to go over form and then we're gonna do them. So when you go up, you're pushing against your heels up and you're really squeezing your butt here. This is amazing for your butt and your hips, but you're also trying to keep your tummy in. So you don't wanna round it in your tummy. You wanna keep everything together into a flat line and then you go down. So we're going to do 25 of these. I recommend not going too fast, not going too slow. You can do them right along with me if you'd like. But here we go. Good job. All right. Last thing we're gonna do, we are gonna finish this out with another 60 seconds of Kegels. Again, we're really trying to get all of this strong. So back up. So So again, obviously you can't see what I'm doing. I'm telling you what I'm doing. We're doing 60 seconds of Kegels to close this out. Here we go. I just want to thank you guys for being here with me today and for taking this time to do this for you. As a woman, it's so important to take care of ourselves, not for anybody else, but for ourselves, to be strong, know that we're capable and amazing. And I hope this brings you a lot of healing along whatever journey that you're on. I think we're almost done. Great, you finished that second round of Kegels. Thank you so much for being here. If you really enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate a comment or a like or a subscribe. It means the world that I can just keep on bringing some more content to everybody. Thank you so much for being here. Aloha.